Everybody, and welcome to Minecraft. Today we have a building tutorial of how to build a floating island. Something similar to this. We're going to build it straight from scratch. I'm just going to do the island itself. I'm not going to do anything on top of the island, just this little nature thing. I'm not going to include this hot air balloon that I decided to make just because, you know, it looked like it would go well with this. But let's get started. We're going to kind of fade in and out of building just because some of it is just tedious placing blocks, so I'll explain as we go. So let's hop right into it. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to want to do is just make a basic design around your... Let me turn my sound down a little bit. Okay, you just want to make a basic design around a kind of circular, or if you don't want to do circular, you can do something else. I'm going to make mine relatively small just for the purpose of recording here. Okay, how does this look? This looks pretty good to me. And this doesn't have to be, you know, anything special, just a simple, basic shape. We're going to fill this in. Okay, that looks like a pretty good starting point. Now what you're going to want to do is go underneath, and you can use dirt or grass. The grass will go away if you use grass, but I'll use dirt here. You just want to make a basic outline around each of the blocks so that there's a basically one block floating above what would normally be, you know, air. So we'll just place in these blocks here. Really, you could fill this all in if you wanted a purely solid island, but for our purposes, we're going to keep it just hollow. What you're going to want to do is build on 3 down from this. And actually, you're going to go 2 down, and then I'll explain something here shortly. Okay, so now we're 2 down. Now what you're going to want to do is go around and just place like 1 dirt in various spots. This doesn't have to be anything methodical. I'm literally placing randomly right now. That's going to give it kind of a look like the grass fades into stone. So now we're going to grab our stone, and we're going to do our entire thing in just stone, and then we'll add some detail at the end. You always want to get your basic shape down, then add detail afterward. That's one of the basics of Minecraft building that a lot of people don't seem to understand. So now we're going to go another block down here. So we have our 2 layers of dirt, 1 layer of mixed stone, mixed dirt, and then 1 layer of stone. Get those in. Now we're going to go in, and we're going to place the next layer down. Okay, so now we have that in. You're going to want to go 2 more down here to get the shape of the island starting to be formed here. And you may be looking at this and going, wow, this looks, you know, really bland right now. It looks very, you know, blocky, not very organic. We're going to work on that. That's all detail that's going to come here shortly. So now we have that next part. Now you're going to go 1 in again and get that basic shape down. You want to make sure that you don't accidentally place like blocks here or here, because we're going to do extra stuff with that shortly. You just want to get that basic outline. Okay, there's our basic outline. This is where it's kind of up to you. You can go maybe, you know, 1 more layer. I'll go 1 more for the purposes of the episode here. It's really up to you. The creativity you can put into this is endless. I'm going to stop it there. And I'm literally just going to close this off on the bottom here. And you know what? Just for the purposes of mobs, let's grab some glowstone. Pop this in here, just so nothing spawns in here. Once again, that wouldn't be a problem if you don't make your floating island hollow. Okay, so now we have our basic design right here. Pretty simple, nothing too special. Doesn't quite look like that over there yet, but we're going to work on it. What you're going to want to do first, for detail, we're going to start on the bottom. What I like to do is make 1 big pillar going down. So you're just going to make a triangle shape. You're going to extend that triangle shape to 2 layers. I don't know why I said triangle, that's more of a diamond. And then you're going to bring these all the way in, so you have kind of a star forming. And this is where you can really get creative. you can, knock out this block, knock out that block, let's knock out that one, and then we're just going to extend this down, extend this one down a little bit, maybe extend that one down too, extend this down, extend that down. The opportunities are endless. Whatever you're going to do can end up looking nice. You can already see we have that kind of, design going right there. We need a little bit more over here, but we left that blank for a reason. We're just going to put some straight down pillars. Pop these in. You want to get that organic, like it's floating shape going in. And that can easily be done by just, putting in these pillars as so. So that looks pretty good to me. It still looks a little blocky on top, and that's what we're going to work on right now. I always like extending this like as far down as we can get it to look where it looks, kind of organic. Bring that one down another one. It gives it just that like mystical floating island look. I like that a lot. So now for detail work to make this look less blocky. Anywhere where you have a square, chop off the corners. And that'll expose our inside, but that's okay. So we have another, kind of blocky look right here. We'll get rid of one of them just because the dirt kind of gives it a little bit of a feeling. We'll get rid of that one, get rid of that one, get rid of that one. We'll knock out that one. How about right about here? We'll knock out one. Really, it's just creativity. And I know that a lot of people, build and they're like, I don't have any creativity. I don't have an eye for this. Just place blocks and see what happens. I mean, that's really all there is to building in this game. So now we have kind of a little bit more organic. Now we're going to build more blocks instead of getting rid of them. So we're going to put one here. We kind of want to get that, triangular form going how we have our pillars down here. So we can put in, 3 blocks there like that, put in 3 blocks there like that, put in 2 there. You just want to get it where it looks like you have a lot going on and how it looks kind of organic. I'm using organic a lot just as a way to describe like a natural look going on. Up here, we want to do the same thing, but nothing too extravagant. So let's, let's just do that. We'll add one right there, add a couple here, so add, that, put one there, put one there. You just want to disrupt it where it looks like it wasn't something that you just planned out. That's starting to look pretty good to me. We can add, another piece of stone right here, and that's something you can always do. You can nitpick every single thing you do on this. I mean, I can go over to my previous one here and say, oh yeah, I don't like that piece of stone, get rid of that. You can always go back and do more. So now we have our basic island here. There's not a ton of detail in it, so let's go in, we'll add some more detail. I like to use andesite and cobblestone just because it has that similar feel of stone to it. And I just like to go in and replace random pieces of stone with these other kinds. You can use stone bricks if you're going for a more not organic feel and more that you did create a floating island, like it's a manufactured product. But if you're going natural, I recommend stone, andesite, and cobble. I'm not a big fan of diorite or that other one, granite, a whole lot in general, but if you do like those are organic as well. You can throw those in. So now we just have some extra blocks in here. I'll put one there. And that looks pretty good. It's just the tiniest bit of detail that you can put in to make it look a little different. Another andesite right there. Okay, that looks good. Now the top looks a little flat, a little bland. So what I like to do is just create a tiny hill. And this is done by basically making a similar shape to what we had to start this island and just adding another one on top of it. I usually like to keep, enough space where you can walk around the edges. But other than that, it doesn't really matter what you do. We'll extend it a little bit further out this way, maybe curve it around a little bit, as so. And then maybe add, another tiny one right on top. So that looks already a lot more, natural than before it being just flat. I like to go in, this is just nitpicky detail work now. The majority of our island is done. I like to throw in a tree, grow that real quick. That's a pretty nice tree. And then I just like to throw in, bone mealing our grass to get some flowers and some tall grass up in here. What you can also do is throw in a tiny pond, which is something I'm a big fan of. You can put in, actually a piece of glowstone there to light it up would be kind of cool. Pop that little area, and then I like to make our water fall off the edge, like over there. And that's something you don't have to do, it's just something that I think looks kind of cool to throw in that water going off the edge. It definitely looks cool if you have a ocean biome below this, and you have the water falling into the ocean biome. Definitely cool. Last thing I want to do is just give some more feeling to the place in terms of detail, and just add in some leaves. You can make the leaves kind of extend down the side of your floating island here. You can throw in some extra ones just to make it seem like there's stuff sprouting out of the dirt, maybe being fertilized by that water. You just want to get some basic, floating leaves down your island here. Throw another one there, maybe another one here. And then these can extend into bushes on the top, as so. I think that looks good. Maybe this piece of dirt can go out and be replaced by a leaf. Get rid of that one. I think that looks pretty good. The final last thing you can do, if you're in survival, this is a little bit harder to make this. Just saying, be creative with the flying definitely makes it easier. But you can put in some vines just going down the side of your thing. And over time they'll grow, as you see on my island over there. You can put in some vines. It'll definitely look great as they grow. At first it just kind of looks like, lazy vine placement. But if you want some quick gratification, just place down some blocks, place down vines on those blocks. And as long as you keep the original block that has the vine, you can get rid of those and kind of float them down, and you can see how that's going to look. So that's how you create a floating island in Minecraft. Pretty simple, honestly. It's just a lot of, random block placing and random creation to get your desired effect. So if you like this building tutorial, leave a like, leave a comment. I'm going to be making more of these. If you have an idea of something that you want to see built and given a tutorial, just leave a comment down below and I'll do all those. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.